Hi, it's Candice Quinn from Contract Hack. Let's talk about something that no one ever wants to admit out loud. You're probably underpaid right now. I know. You went to law school, you were on law review, you did everything that you were supposed to do to be successful, right? But your salary is not accurately reflecting the value that you bring, and you're drowning in debt or just not being able to live the life that you thought you would be at this point. But here's the thing. 2026 can be different for you. And no, it's not because the market's gonna magically fix itself. That's not gonna happen. But I'm gonna show you how to make some strategic moves that can help you earn what you're worth in 2026. Now, let's be clear. I'm not talking about working harder or being more visible. Those are canned BS statements. I'm talking about 5 tangible, practical steps that you can take that will increase your salary. Number 1, audit your market value. What are you worth? Before you can advocate to make what you're worth, you need to figure out what are you worth. And I don't mean what does your firm or your employer say you're worth. I mean, what does the market say you're worth? So here's what you do. Go to Glassdoor or PayScale or Robert Half and figure out for your practice area in your geographic area, what is the average salary at your level of experience. You can also join anonymous attorney groups on Reddit or Discord where attorneys share their actual salaries. And I would encourage you to share your actual salary as well. Transparency helps solve the underpaid problem. And even though you might not be looking for a job, you can talk to legal recruiters and see what salary they think they could get you. Now, once you've done this research, write down the range and be honest about where your salary falls. Are you in the bottom 50% of that range? If so, then you have a really big opportunity to move upwards in that range. So what you need to do for this step is create this market analysis and document where you are within the range. Number 2, qualify your wins, which means building your receipt book. Here's where most attorneys lose. They can't quantify the things that they've done that add value to their employer. Your boss doesn't remember what you did over the last year. He probably doesn't even know what you did over the last quarter, quite frankly. HR definitely isn't paying attention to what you do. They're just looking at the market. So you need to build what I like to call your receipt book, which is all of the awesome things that you've done that bring value to your employer. Don't try and go back and recollect what you've done. Start tracking actively as you do them. If you exceeded billable hours, put that down. Any matters that you close and the value they bring, write those down. If you saved costs, make a note of that. If you improved processes, try to estimate the time and money saved. If you brought in clients or helped retain clients, note those. If you're mentoring other associates, make a note of that as well. Put it all into a simple spreadsheet and update it daily, weekly. As long as you are updating it regularly, that's good. So your action item for today is start your receipt book now. Why wait? Number 3, make the ask for a higher salary. Stop waiting for permission. Now, this does get uncomfortable for a lot of attorneys, even though we're negotiators, but we do need to advocate for ourselves. You may have been raised to believe that good work speaks for itself, but no one's looking to just hand out money for free. You have to actually ask for it. If you're not saying anything, it says that you're fine with what you're getting. Here's how I recommend you approach asking for a raise or bonus. Set the meeting and let them know you want to discuss your compensation. Then you're going to present your case by showing your market research and your receipt book. You also can state a number. Don't give a range, give a specific number, one that is 10 to 15% higher than what you actually would take. Then just stop talking and let them respond. Don't backpedal. Don't go a little lower and negotiate against yourself. Just wait. If they say no or give you less than what you ideally wanted, then your next question is, what do I have to do to get to this amount in the next year? And if you can, get that in writing. So for this step number 3, your action item is to schedule that request call within the next 30 days. Go ahead, put it on the calendar before you chicken out. Number 4, develop a marketable skill that no one else has in your firm or company. If you want to become indispensable, do something that no one else can do. Here are some skills that are gold in 2026 that aren't really being talked about. Prompt engineering for legal work. I'm not just talking about using AI. I'm talking about developing the GPTs that can actually realistically help attorneys build playbooks, write templates, and negotiate. Benefits and executive compensation is also a big area that is not saturated at all. With so many companies laying off and just the market tanking in so many ways, this is a big area where you can add a lot of value if you specialize in it. Cannabis, psychedelics, and other emerging areas are really hot right now, but there's not a lot of attorneys that specialize in these areas. If you can focus on this and gain some real world experience, then you will be set. Another area that I like to focus on is fractional GC or contract services. There's a lot of startups that don't have the money for a full-time in-house attorney, but can't afford to pay outside counsel either. So if you can offer services on a part-time basis, then you can be a outside in-house counsel and really be able to start delving into the strategy of the company. You could potentially cobble together a really successful career working for 4 or 5 companies on a part-time contract basis. Another area that no attorneys want to go into is government contracts and procurement. If you want to learn or already know the FAR regulations, then you are going to be set to find a job. These positions typically have a lot of turnover because no one wants to deal with FAR and the federal government. So if you're willing to do that, you can be set. And the final area where I see a lot of growth right now is employment law and specifically workplace investigations. You could create a whole career being just the attorney that conducts the workplace investigations. If you can conduct a fair, reasonable investigation and document it properly, you can get paid a lot of money to do that. Now, don't pick all of these. Pick one of these areas and really start becoming an expert in it. Maybe take a certification course or volunteer in this area, maybe do a couple CLEs, do a lot of reading in it, maybe talk to some colleagues that you might know also in a similar area. But if you're the only one who can do this thing well, then you have a lot of leverage and can negotiate the salary that you want. So your action item for this step is to pick this niche area today and get started. Start learning something about it right now. And the final step, number 5, have your exit plan ready. It's highly possible that your current employer can't meet the salary that you are demanding and that you're worth. It's not about you though, it's about the employer. It might be their budget or their priorities, but it's not about you and your value. But you need a backup plan regardless. It's not saying you're gonna leave tomorrow, but you need to know what the market's doing and you need to be prepared if you need to get on the market quickly. So have that resume updated, keep your LinkedIn updated, and keep an eye on what's going on in the market. If a recruiter calls you, take the call. Network intentionally. Focus on connecting with people that might be able to advance your career. Don't forget to keep your skills current. It's really important that you stay up to date in your practice area and that you are on the cutting edge. You also might want to save a really large emergency fund, like 3 to 6 months, so that if you do want to walk from your current employer, you have the flexibility to do that. Or you could potentially move backwards in salary in order to take another opportunity that you know will have growth in the future. And having that emergency fund just gives you the flexibility to have options. Remember, the best time to look for a job is when you have one. You will negotiate better, you will interview better, and you will just overall make a better impression because you aren't desperate. And when you're confident that you could leave if you wanted to, it shows. It will often lead to your current employer valuing you more. So for this final step, your action item is to keep your resume updated and update your LinkedIn. Don't let them go stale. Look, nobody's gonna hand you what you deserve. Not your managing partner, not the GC, and not the market. You have to go out there and get it for yourself. These 5 steps aren't complicated, but they will make you a little uncomfortable. But I'm here to tell you from firsthand experience that if you do these 5 steps, you will be in a position to negotiate a higher salary. Take it from me. Over the last year, I increased my salary by $20,000 by being strategic, doing these 5 steps, and making a move. 2026 can be the year everything changes for you if you do these 5 steps. If you want help figuring out the best way to take these 5 steps for you and your career, go ahead and schedule a free call with me. The link is in the QR code or the pinned comment and description below. I would love to chat with you about your goals and your priorities and how we can help you get to them. Bye for now, hackers.